Good afternoon. We'll now start. First of all, I'd like to welcome everybody to this pep talk this afternoon. Please mute yourself, but always show your video picture. Sign in your name, your Facebook account, or email address in the chat box. Please include the names of companions attending with you. Use the chat box to ask questions and make comments while the pep talk is on. There'll be group pictures at the start and end of the pep talk, so please show your face or faces in the video. Reminder after the pep talk is to take the online Learning Com evaluation test exercise for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like the one shown here. I've placed the link in the chat box. Another reminder, obtaining 25 OLETE certificates will entitle one mentee to a free voucher for a RO Hoson medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. Another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Let's now have a group picture taking before we start the pep talk proper in 2 minutes. Please turn on your video now and show your faces. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I have a patient empowerment program which I like to empower the lay people or patients to take control of the management of their health. I started the pep talk on May 15, 2021 during the COVID-19 pandemic. There are 3 courses in the pep talk, the core course and the health disorder, and then the health issue courses. I've so far delivered at least 240 pep talks from May 15, 2021, the date of start, and to May 9, 2026, a period of 5 years every Saturday, 2 to 3 p.m. And May 16, 2026, this year, marks the start of year number 6 of the pep talk. How long the pep talk will last will depend on our enthusiasm, discipline, and perseverance. My pep talk today is entitled No Long Waiting Time in Private Medical Consultation. Why and how with R.O. Hoson Way. The empowerment objective is for lay people to have a basic understanding on no long waiting time in private medical clinic consultation. Why and how with R.O. Hoson in their health management. This talk will be part of the module on navigating healthcare services. Contents of this particular pep talk will be the following. Trigger, what was the trigger for this pep talk? The limitation of this talk. Does anyone like to wait for a long time before a service, any service for that matter, to be done, not only medical services, but others non-medical services? Does anyone like to wait for a long time before being seen in a private medical consultation? What are the main reasons why there is usually a long waiting time in private medical clinic consultations in the Philippines? How to avoid a long waiting time in private medical clinic consultations? What are the roles of the physician and the hospital and the clinics? And then what are the roles also of the patient? And lastly, what is the R.O. Hoson way of managing patients' waiting time in the R.O. Hoson Medical Clinic? Disclaimer, the R.O. Hoson pep talk contains the R.O. Hoson's thoughts, perceptions, opinions, and recommendations culled from his personal experiences and the writings of other health professionals. Let's start first with the trigger. So what made me come out with this talk today? So trigger for this talk is that there was a post on July 24, 2026, just a few 2 weeks ago. Okay. So on Facebook by Cap of TY8, I don't know what TY8 stands for. So this has gone viral. So the title was An Open Letter to Some Doctors in the Philippines who don't respect patients' time. So this was the picture shown by the blogger. Okay. So I will read the post verbatim. Okay. So dear doctors, una sa lahat, I want to thank you for everything that you do. I can't imagine what you have to go through to be where you are. Years of studying, sleepless nights, residency, fellowship, at ang araw-araw na responsibilidad ng pag-aalaga ng buhay ng tao. Sa nakaraang 2 taon na pagbisita ko sa Pilipinas, at she is from Canada, I don't know whether she's an immigrant, okay. May ilang beses ako sumama sa aking mga magulang para sa kanilang check-up. Gusto ko ring magtanong, bakit kailangan ganito ang sistema? Tumatawag kami para magpa-book ng appointment. Ang sagot lagi, Ma'am, first come, first serve po. Gets? Okay, naintindihan ko. Kaya maaga kaming pupunta. Tatanungin namin kung anong oras nagsisimula ang clinic. Bibigyan kami ng oras. Pero pagdating doon, puno na ang waiting area, siksikan, mainit, minsan wala nang maupuan. At higit sa lahat, hihintayin pa namin ang doktor na darating 1 oras o higit pa pagkatapos na takdang clinic hours na sila mismo ang nagbigay. Ang mas masakit, karamihan sa naghihintay ay matatanda, may cancer, may diabetes, may hypertension, may mga taong mahina na ang resistensya. Sa sobrang sikip ng clinic, mapapaisip ka pa kung ang pinunta mong bang gamutan ay magiging dahilan para makakuha ka ng ibang sakit. Hindi ba pwedeng mas maayos? Hindi ba pwedeng mas appointment system na gumagana? Hindi ba pwedeng magkaroon na maayos na sistema? Hindi ba pwedeng respetuhin din ang oras ng pasyente? Dahil ang totoo, hindi lang ako ang abala. May mga anak na nag-leave sa trabaho para samahan ang mga magulang nila. May mga biyaheng ilang oras na ginugol para makarating sa klinik. May mga pasyenteng hirap ng umupo o tumayo ng matagal. May mga taong nagbabayad din para sa oras na ginugol-gol nila sa paghihintay. Dahil ba kailangan kayo ng mga pasyente? Ibig bang sabihin ay kailangan na lang nilang tanggapin ang kahit anong sistema? May 1 taon na paulit-ulit ang na pumapasok sa isip ko. Sa sobrang hirap ba ng medical school, nakalimutan na bang ituro ang professionalism, ang empathy, ang pagrespeto sa oras ng ibang tao? Hindi sapat ang pagiging magaling na doktor kung nakakalimutan na nating maging makatao. Ang titulo ay nagbibigay ng kredibilidad, pero ang pagtrato sa tao ay ang nagbibigay ng respeto. Hindi ko sinasabing lahat ng doktor ay ganito. May mga kilala din akong napakabait, punctual, at tunay na malasakit ang pinakita sa kanilang mga pasyente. Pero sana, para doon sa mga sanay na para silang celebrity na pinaghihintay ang fans nila, maalala ninyo na ang bawat taong naghihintay sa labas ng klinik ay may sariling pinagdadaanan. May sariling pagod, may sariling takot, at higit sa lahat, dapat din silang tratuhin ng may dignidad at respeto. Hindi lang dahil sila ang pasyente, kundi dahil tao rin sila. Kaya napakahirap na umunlad ang bansa natin, di lamang politikong korap ang meron sa Pilipinas, may mga kagaya ninyo na naturingan professional pero walang konsiderasyon at pagpapahalaga sa oras ng iba. So mula sa isang anak na gusto lang sana na maayos ang healthcare experience para sa kanilang mga magulang. End of post. So this open letter, together with the reactions and comments of both doctors and people, marami nag-react. Okay. So trigger this pep talk. So the summary of maraming nagre-react, may mga comments, I just summarize it this way. Majority of the lay people validated the presence of the problems. So the long waiting time. Many doctors also validated the presence of the situation, and many said, hindi ako, not me. Some doctors made excuses and justification for the long waiting time. So my personal stand and my advocacy, no long waiting time in private medical clinic consultation. I emphasize private medical consultation. I will discuss why and how. The limitation of this talk. I will limit my talk to private clinics lang only. So with paying clientele who expect services worth their money or payment, and which are expected to have a quality management system of avoiding long waiting time. I will not include in this particular talk consultation in medical clinics in government hospitals, as they have different clientele, mostly non-paying, and physicians are not on fee for service, although honestly, both must have the same quality management system. And then when I say waiting time in medical clinics, it will be confined to the clinic only. Okay. Hindi kasi yung consultations lang, yung ginagawang physical examination, history, interview by the doctor, diagnosis, explanation, prescriptions, and or recommended treatment. Hindi kasama yung mga procedures in the clinic kasi mas matagal yon. Then, not kasama yung mga laboratory examinations and imaging procedures. So for this particular talk, I will just be confining or in the waiting time in the consultation, for the consultation lang sa clinic. So a preliminary questions that I ask before I go to the nitty-gritty of the topic. Does anyone like to wait for a long time before a service, any service, medical, non-medical, to be done? Generally, no. Most people do not like waiting for a long time for a service. And I suppose all of us would agree on that, okay? Studies and surveys consistently show that long waits lead to, number one, frustration, lower satisfaction, and even lost clientele or customers. This is including the non-medical. Most people prefer to receive a service as quickly as possible, provided the quality is not compromised. Mabilis, okay, pero yung quality is not compromised. Now, going to the private medical consultation, does anyone like to wait for a long time before being seen? Again, I suppose the answer is no in general. Very few people like waiting for a long time for a medical clinic consultation. Patients usually seek medical care because they have a health concern, discomfort, anxiety, or uncertainty. So waiting for a prolonged period of time often makes the experience worse. Studies of patient satisfaction consistently identify waiting time as one of the strongest determinants of dissatisfactions with outpatient care, meaning mga medical care, outpatient. No? So waiting time is one of the strongest determinants of dissatisfaction of patients. So patients typically feel that, number one, their time is valuable. Their illness or concern is important to them, even if it's not medically urgent. Long waits increase anxiety, especially if they are worried about a diagnosis. Hindi pa nila alam, for example, kung cancer ito or hindi. No? They're anxious about it. They want to know right away. Number 4, delays without explanation are more frustrating than delays that are explained. Yung ina-explain bakit nadi-delay, mas maigi yun kaysa yung naghihintay na walang certainty kung anong dahilan at kailan darating ang doktor. Other reasons for the no answer, no means no, doesn't want a long waiting time. The time lost. People often takes time off work, school, personal commitment, so delays feel costly also. Anxiety. When you are already worried about your health, sitting in the waiting room can heighten the stress. Discomfort. Clinics aren't always the most comfortable places, especially if you are sick or in pain. Uncertainty. Not knowing how long you will wait makes the experience feel worse, even than if you have a clear timeline. So what are the main reasons now why there is usually a long waiting time in the private medical clinic consultations in the Philippines? My personal POR here will be there is no effective and efficient quality management system to avoid long waiting time, which may be due to there is a completely no quality management system, just relying on first come, first served basis. First come, first served basis is not part of the it's not a good quality management system. Presence of quality management system, pero not effective. But also the third reason is there is a presence of quality management system, but not continually reviewed and improved. So these are the basic reasons. Walang quality management system. Meron, pero hindi siya effective. Meron, pero hindi siya continually reviewed. Okay? So, other reasons will be clinic administrations, including hospital administrations where there are private medical clinics inside the hospital, and physicians managers are either not knowledgeable on how to do a quality management system on this issue, hindi sila marunong gumawa ng quality management system, or turning a blind eye to this issue, as it seems no quality management system is affecting their number of clientele. Kasi hindi mo sila nauubusan ng pasyente, marami na sila ng pasyente, so wala silang pakialam sa quality management system. And another reason is they want to avoid conflict with doctors who are used to a system of first come, first served basis. Ayaw nila ma-antagonize yung mga doktor. Most patients just grudgingly accept a long waiting time they would experience without protesting or appealing for improvement to the physicians. These patients have accepted the culture of long waiting time. Ganun talaga, sasabihin nila. That's the tradition. As a way of life in the Philippines. So for one reason or another, these patients do not want to change their doctors, even if they have the right to change their doctors. How to avoid the long waiting time in private medical clinic consultations? Let's talk about the physicians and clinic roles first. Number one, establish and develop a quality management system to avoid long waiting time for patients. This is on the assumption that long waiting time is a poor quality service indicator. It is. Okay? So the hospital, the doctor should be aware of that. Private hospitals which have quality accreditation, we know maraming hospitals meron na, especially in Metro Manila. Everybody, all hospitals practically has PhilHealth. Sa PhilHealth may naka-built in yung quality management system. Okay. So ISO, then Joint Commission, JCI, Joint Commission International, Accreditation Canada, International. So all these private hospitals which have all these external accreditations, may quality kami, quality management system, should include a quality management system to avoid long waiting time for patients in the medical clinics of their accredited physicians. External accrediting bodies should not give the hospitals a passing mark if they don't have a good quality management system on patients' waiting time. So other ways to avoid long waiting time will be for the hospitals, for the physician managers to always think of the following. Think of patient-centered care management with a goal of don't let patients wait for a long time. Patients and relatives deserve respect. Their time is valuable. Many travel long distances, take leave from work, and accompany elderly parents. Don't let the patients wait while feeling anxious about the diagnosis and feeling unwell. Be professional. So be punctual, start clinic on time, communicate delays honestly, and continuously improve the clinic systems. Don't be habitually late. So late once in a while is excusable with good reasons. Inform patients through text and other means in case of delay, to wait or to reschedule, just to show respect for their time. So these are some of the positive comments that I got from the Facebook. Okay. Some positive comments from physicians. Okay. So from one LB Razon, he said, same here. I don't make my patients wait for a long time. I am usually on time. Another one from Dr. Alim. We keep in touch with our patients and update them as to what time I will be available. That way they have control over the time there. I hope more doctors try to be on time. Si Rochelle naman, I don't make my patients wait. Their time and life matters to me. If they don't come into my clinic, I do home visit. As doctors, we should bear in mind, we are asked by God to be his assistant in healing his people. We are not CEO. I'm proud that this is on the side. Okay. Then JetBlue, in my own practice, I make it a point to arrive before my posted clinic hours, often even before my staff. I believe that good time management is part of a good patient care. If I know I'll be delayed, my secretary immediately informs all scheduled patients through text so that they can decide whether to wait, to come later, or reschedule. It's a simple gesture, but one that shows respect for their time. So these are some of the positive comments of doctors who reacted to the post that went viral. Now, how to avoid long waiting time? Meron ding role ang pasyente, not only the doctors. So for the patients, choose physicians who have a quality management system on waiting time for patients in their clinics. If you don't want to wait for a long time, choose physicians who have a book appointment system for their medical clinic consultations. Do not go for first come, first serve basis. Talagang magkakaroon ka ng malaking 99% you're going to wait for a long time. Having a booking schedule for a specific date and a specific time pa rin. Okay? So if you like physicians, yung mga gusto ni doktor, do not have a book appointment system. Appeal to them to set up one. If you like physicians keep on making you wait for a long time, appeal to them to avoid it by whatever means in the future. Otherwise, you have the right to shift to another physician. If you like doctors do not want to come out with a quality management system to avoid long waiting time for patients, and if you still want to maintain them, find some innovative ways to solve the problems such as talking and asking assistance from their secretaries or administrative staff. Another important patient role, which is very true here in my experience. Okay, patients coming late can also affect the waiting time. So come on time on your book schedule. This will affect the waiting time of other patients. So the surest way to avoid the long waiting time in private medical clinic consultations are the following. Your physicians must have a robust and excellent quality management system on patient waiting time. It should not be on a first come, first serve basis, but on a book appointment time basis. Number 2, you are arriving on time for your book appointment time, you, the patient. You can change physicians who don't have a robust quality management system and who habitually make you wait for a long time. You have the right to choose physicians. There are usually other equally competent physicians to shift. In other words, you call the shot on waiting time. So do not complain of a long waiting time if you cannot shift to other doctors who have a good quality management system here. Now, the last topic is what is the R.O. Hawson ways of managing patients' waiting time in the R.O. Hawson Medical Clinic, or in other words, what is the quality management system on the waiting time in the R.O. Hawson Quality Medical Clinic. Just a short history. I started my private practice in 1982 with clinics across the Philippine General Hospital, PDC, then Fatima Clinic, and also Metropolitan just for a short period, about less than a year, and in Parañaque about 6 months. Then Medical Center Manila from 1983 to 1995. Then Manila Doctors from 1984 to now. So in 1995, I just have one clinic for medical consultations, Manila Doctors Hospital. So that's 42 years now, 1984 to now, 2026. I'm trying to recall my initial management system on patients seeking medical consultation in my clinics. Definitely, it has evolved for the better. So did I start on the first come, first serve basis without booking, without book appointment time, with book appointment time? When did I start monitoring my patients' waiting time? So these are the questions that I post now. So I tried to retrieve all my records. So I was able to retrieve this chart that I made in 1983 to 1984. Ito yung chart na ginawa ko. Okay. OR means operations. So Monday, Tuesday, up to Sunday, Sunday blanco. Okay, the time here. So it just shows that I place my operating room activities in the morning lang, from Monday to Friday, and would not let them interfere with my clinic schedules and hours. This was my first initial effort of not making my patients wait for a long time in my medical clinic consultations. If my operating time would encroach on my clinic hours, I would forewarn my secretary and my patients that I might be late. At times, I would cancel the clinics just before, the days before, so as to obviate the problems of long waiting times of patients. I was able to retrieve these old calling cards showing that I gave to my contact numbers to patients for communication, especially on booking for medical consultations. So note the use of Pocket Bell at that time, and then Easy Call. Now we have cell phones and the internet using the Viber or Facebook. I think I started with these three systems of accepting patients into my clinic. Number one, booking with no definite time with first come, first serve basis. Probably this is the initial system that I had. Then booking with specific appointment time later on. But I also accept walk-in anytime. I was not monitoring the waiting time of my patients until 2015. 2015. So that's about 11 years ago. I'm sure there were patients who waited for more than 1 hour, but not more than 2 hours, because I would feel bad when I make them wait for a long time, especially for more than 2 hours. I was able to retrieve this old record dated 2012. 2012, no, ito. So some policies and procedures, 2012 pa ito. Now, first come, first serve, with courtesy lane, allowable, but approved by me, such as very weak patients, physicians' patients, relatives of patients, of relative patients of some doctors, patients to come on time within the declared clinic hours. I will try my best, very best to start my clinic on time. If there will be a late start, it will be announced by his secretary in advance together with the reasons. Patients to call 1 day or several hours before coming to the clinic. If there will be a change of the regular schedule, it will be made known by the secretary or by R.O. Hoson in advance through phones, Facebook, and emails. So during this time, I'm using Facebook already. So January 2025. Okay, this is the, I guess this is the start of the good system now. On my 66th birthday, January 2015, I have decided to try another scheme to decrease the waiting time of my patients consulting in my clinic in Manila Doctors Hospital. At this time, I have only one clinic now in Manila Doctors. Note, I have tried other schemes before, such as calling before coming, giving out my cell phone numbers, creation of appointment schedule aside from the regular schedule. So this time, January 2025, on my birthday, I said I would try consultation with appointment time. I just call it that way, consultation with appointment time. So these are the 2015 records. Okay. So I would advise my patients to call before coming, okay, to save them from a fruitless trip. And then these were my regular schedule: Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Tuesday 10 to 12, 10 to 12, Thursday, Saturday 9, 11. But starting 2023, after the pandemic, I'm just holding clinic once a week at the moment. Okay. So this is the appointments. So call before, for those outside the regular schedule, you can have the special appointment at that time. Okay? But they have to call the secretary at least 7 days before. So at that time, so patients is already given an appointment time. So note here. And then emphasize here that the consultation is not on a first come, first served basis. This is starting 2015. It is based on scheduled appointment time to avoid patients waiting for a long period of time. Patients to come 30 minutes before the scheduled appointment time. Not to do so will mean cancellation of the scheduled appointment time. If there will be a change in the regular schedule, it will be made known by the secretary or by me in advance through phones, Facebook, and or emails. Now, for the appointment schedule, this is not the regular schedule. They just have to call. Okay? So starting 2015, I monitored the waiting time of my patients using this registry. The target is, ito yung pinangako ko, no waiting time more than 60 minutes from the book appointment time. So on the first column, you have the names of the patients, yung mga with booking. Then yung iba, lalagyan lang namin, just put some items here, spaces for those with no prior booking, may mga walk-in. But because we still consider, we also monitor their, at least the waiting time, also the time consumed. Okay. So ito, the first column is time book, time arrived. Then number 3 column here is time consultation started, time consultation ended, and then we will try to get the data. Yung DNC will be DNC, the time consumed. How many minutes were consumed during the consultation? And then CNA, how the waiting time. From the C means consultation started and the book time. Okay? So I think waiting time, ito yung number of minutes or the duration for the consultation. So ito yung mas malaking okay. So C minus A, C means time consultation started and then the time book. Okay? The target should be less than 60 minutes or less, or not more than 60 minutes from the book appointment time. Okay? The patients should be arriving at least 30 minutes before the book appointment time. Okay? Pag late siya, usually, nilalagay namin sa huli so as not to disturb the schedule. Okay. So we don't have any control. They can arrive 1 hour earlier. It's really up to them. No, but at least 30 minutes before the appointment time. So here I get also DNC. I get data on the time consumed in each patient consultations. Ito yung data na kailangan ko to identify reasons for the long waiting time just in case. So may long waiting time, baka matagal yung isang consultation, isang pasyente. Okay, yan ang dahilan. Or I can use the data for use in adjusting the time interval for allotted patients. Kaya ngayon, probably you have noticed February, I adjusted it to 20 minutes na. Dati every 15 minutes ang interval. Ngayon, I made it 20 minutes already. Parang hindi masyadong mabigat at masyadong, parang di lesser risk for long waiting time. So here are the summary reports of the book appointment performance from 2017 to 2019. Note in 2020 COVID pandemic, wala akong report kasi wala namang clinic, but I resumed my clinic in 2022, I think. So for 2017, for the year 2017, December, so the target is no more than 60 minutes. So and result is no patients waited for more than 60 minutes, 0. The range was 0 to 59 minutes with a mean of 10 minutes. No late coming, monitor ko rin yung coming on time ko. Personally, no late in coming to clinic by RO Hosot. And I have to keep on reminding patients on lates and no-shows. Kasi I was very vigilant on this para hindi ma-affect yung waiting time. Kasi yung late ng mga pasyente at saka no-show, a lot of times it affect the monitoring, the waiting time of patients. 2018, the next year, I was late only once in starting my clinic for the whole year. This was in February. Because I had a prolonged pre-clinic operations, I gave advance notice to my patients that I would be late. Despite this, kahit na late ako, the mean waiting time in the session that I was late was still 50 minutes. So within the target pa rin, no more than 60 minutes, with a range of 37 to 65 minutes. A total of 19 patients waited for 60 minutes from the book appointment time. So may 19 patients na more than 60 minutes. So the range was 62 to 80 minutes with a mean of 66 minutes and a mode of 68 minutes. And the range of waiting time for book appointment was from 0, meron din pasyente hindi naghihintay, may pasyente may long waiting time of 80 minutes. 80 minutes, no? But that's still less than 2 hours. So the overall mean waiting time for the book appointment was just 7 minutes. So 2019, January to December, okay. So far, only one patient waited for 1 minute. 60 minutes from the book appointment time. So there were 137 sessions up to December. Sessions mean the clinics. Okay. So the range of waiting time for the book appointment was 0 to 69. May lumampas ng 60. Okay. But the mean waiting time on the average was only 5 minutes. So the COVID pandemic struck in 2020. I stopped holding face-to-face medical consultations from March 17, 2020 to May 2022. So right after the election in May 9, 2022, specifically May 10, I resumed face-to-face consultation, but only on a once-a-week frequency. Up to now, up to this writing, July 2026, I've been holding face-to-face medical consultation only once a week, usually on a Tuesday. With the resumption of my face-to-face medical consultation, have continued my book appointment system, and I have continued my advocacy of no queuing, no long waiting time for my patients. So all in all, I've been doing this advocacy for a total of 9 years now, 2015 to 2026, 11 years. Actually, 11 years, pero ima-minus me 2 years because of the no clinic during the pandemic. So after the pandemic, hindi ko pa ginagawa yung yearly assessment, but I get some snapshots, no? So January 2016, 2024, there were 9 patients who were given book appointment time from 8 o'clock morning to 11 o'clock in the morning. So 2 arrived late and thus were not included in the count on the length of waiting time. Pag late, hindi sinasama, no? Minsan nakakasira pa rin ng schedule. Look at the last column. The waiting time for those who arrive on time range from 5 minutes, okay, 5 minutes to, basta ba yun? To 40 minutes. 5 minutes to 40 minutes. No patients waited for more than 60 minutes. So, okay, so this is a sample of a 2024 documentation of maintenance of my advocacy and performance of book appointment time with no queuing. Now, February 27, 2024, there were 27 patients during that clinic who were given a book appointment time from 7:15, a special adjustment to 7:15 to 2 p.m. No patients arrived late. 3 did not show up or did not arrive. And then again, look at the last column, I think waiting time. The waiting time ranged from 3 minutes to 43 minutes. Again, no patients waited for more than 60 minutes. For 2025, okay, so, okay, 2025, I made the whole year assessment, no? Okay, so in 9 sessions, there were patients who waited for 60 minutes, more than 60 minutes. Okay. So the percentage of presence of long waiting time was 9/49 or 18% of the total of number of sessions held. So in terms of total number of patients who waited for more than 60 minutes, nagiging 4%. May 4% lang. Okay? So the range of long waiting time is 62 to 77 minutes. Okay? More than 1 hour, but less than 2 hours pa rin. Okay. So this year, 2026, I got two samples, July 14, I think pinaka-latest. And then you can see that here, the last column, okay, walang 60 minutes dito. Okay, just now. So no patients waited for more than 60 minutes. Ganun din dito, July 21, okay. No patients waited for 60 minutes. You don't see any number 60 minutes here. Yung mga may minus, natitingnan earlier than usual. No? Okay. So let's say, example here, 11:40 ang ano niya, na umpisan ng 11:25. So nauna pa. Okay? Okay? Earlier than the book schedule. Kaya 15 minutes lang. So she was seen earlier. Okay? Wala siyang waiting time ng, let's say, from the book appointment. Okay? So, in summary, the R.O. Hawson way of managing patients' long waiting time consists of the following. The target, no patients will wait for 60 minutes from the book appointment time. I cannot say zero because iba-iba yung mga pasyente, minsan matagal sa isang session, isang consultations. I cannot control that. So, ang pinangako ko na lang, not more than 60 minutes. So not on a first come, first served basis with book appointment time. So before 15 minutes interval, but starting February 2026, ginawa ko ng 20-minute interval from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. And the policy is to start clinic on time kasi magkakaroon ng chain reaction if I don't start on time. So registry to monitor waiting time as well as duration of consultation. So ito yung pinakita ko yung monitoring document, no? So mahirap gawin, okay, pero this is the part of the quality management system. You have to really check how many patients waited for more than 60 minutes, how many did not wait, etc. Then another features of my quality management system is I give out apology to those who waited for more than 60 minutes. And then there is a continual improvement of the system. Then, communicating and coordinating always with my secretary on how to avoid long waiting time, analyzing what went wrong when there is a patient who waited for more than 60 minutes, what to do when there is a late comer, when there is a prolonged consultation time that I cannot really avoid, and in general, how to improve the system. So the main challenge actually from my experience is the prolonged consultation time of patients which cause a chain reaction to the next patients in line. Ito kadalasan mahirap i-control. Okay? How long it will take for a particular patient. Minsan mahirap yung kaso, no? Mahirap yung analyze. And then sa minsan we need a long explanation. And of course, we have to respect the patient's time din also. Gusto ko minsan maraming tanong. No? Kaya mahirap i-control. No? So what is my advocacy here? I want to be known as a doctor who does not want his patients to wait unnecessarily long. Okay? Not more than 1 hour. Yun ang pangako. I want to be a role model for other physicians. I want to be known as the true patient-centered physicians. when you say patient-centered physician, in all aspects of the patient's concerns, issues, pinapakinggan, pinoconsider ng doktor. So with that, I end this topic. Okay, summary takeaway. I have discussed all these topics. I won't repeat them anymore. Okay. Now, takeaway in relation to patient empowerment, be always in touch with reliable medical information on no long waiting time in private medical consultation, why and how. Knowledge is power, it gives power. Use the 4Ks of patient empowerment, kaalaman, kakayanan, karapatan, kapangyarihan to gain greater control over decisions and make better decisions on no long waiting time in private medical clinic consultations, why and how as part of your health management. This ends my pep talk today on no long waiting time. I hope I have empowered you to have a basic understanding on this topic, no long waiting time in private medical clinic. No? Ibang usapan yung government. No? Okay. Why and how in your health management. So before we go to the question and answer portion, reminder, please take the online Learning Comb Evaluation Test exercise for mastery of learning and have a perfect score to get a certificate like this. And then obtaining 25 or letter certificates will entitle one mentee to a voucher for a RO host on medical consultation, either face-to-face or telemedical. And then another request, please type in your feedback in the chat box during the open forum and before we adjourn. Okay. So let's now have a group picture taking before we start the QA and interactions. Please show your faces now. Okay. That's it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the floor is now open for questions, comments, suggestions, sharing of experiences. Or, I suppose wala nang consultation ngayon dito. Pwede rin, consultations. kung paano gagawin nyo, kung ano, kung may... So how many experience long waiting time in seeing private?
Wag daw yung soft diet, ganyan, para hindi siya lalong mairit.
Soft food.
Oo, yung puro rice lang naman siya ngayon.
Kaya nagsasalita?
Huwag na muna magpapit. Kasi lang dito.
Kaya nagsasalita?
Mag-ano niya.
Monet, are you talking?
Katabi ko po, Doc, may nagkikwento.
I-mute mo muna. Mute mo muna. I-mute mo muna. Okay. Susanya.
Just a comment. I think doctors, especially those who are still starting in the profession, no. One among the reasons for the long waiting time, especially with doctors who are starting in their profession, is that they have different hospitals to go to every day. Not every day. I mean, I see that some doctors go to 3 hospitals in one day. So, is that also a big factor?
It could be a factor, but it should be controlled. It should be a factor. Just like what I did when I started. Did you see the chart that I made?
Yeah.
Okay. I put a parang schedule. So, Monday to Friday, morning lang operations. No? So I can operate anywhere. Then, when I have clinic, set yung clinic ko, I try not to interfere with my clinic hours. No? Okay. So they have control on that. Basta may mindset sila, hindi hindi ko papahintayin ng pasyente na matagal. Okay.
Um,
Di ba?
kasi,
They cannot use that excuse na, okay, may emergency operations ako, ganon. Kasi the moment they declare that they have clinics, no, they have to they have to adjust. I mean, if they have an emergency operations na hindi nila ma-avoid, i-announce na nila, ika-cancel nila. Di ba? Okay.
yung
But,
traffic. Traffic.
You have to consider that also. You have to consider that as if a factor in nila yon, if they are responsible enough. Okay. Tama?
Kasi Doc, I had an experience. He's also a doctor there at Manila Doctors. That was several years ago. Iniwan ko siya. Kasi ang appointment ko sa kanya, was, I think 10 in the morning.
Okay.
Alas 10 na, hindi pa ako na-attend. So I left. Is that, did I do right?
Yeah. Pwede naman. But did you tell the secretary that you're leaving?
Of course. Sinabi ko sa secretary. Sabi
Okay.
ko, it's too long. Sabi ko, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. I mean, and to think na parang hindi uso sa kanya parang unlike you, yun yata of course, sinabi rin na 10 o'clock talaga ang aking appointment.
Okay.
But 3 hours is too long for me and I was still working at the time. So absent na ako. And that was only purely consultation.
Pero hindi in-announce na bakit niya siya nakarating?
No, naroon na siya.
Andun na siya, pero late.
Kaya lang ang tagal.
Okay. So, but he arrived on time.
I arrived on time. Sabi 10 o'clock eh.
Yung doktor.
I don't know if he arrived on time or not, but I know he was already there.
Okay. So,
sinabi ko rin sa secretary, I have to leave.
yeah, you have
3
the right.
hours is...
Okay, number one, you
3
have the right. You have the
Oo.
right. You have the
Ay,
right
di na ako bumalik sa kanya ever since.
Okay. So, basta
Okay.
you have the right to choose your doctors. You have the right to get out of the shift, no? Okay.
3 hours is more than enough.
Okay. The doctors
tama
naman,
yung 60
the
minutes.
doctor should also feel bad about it kung talagang compassionate siya, no? Okay.
Oh, yes.
So,
And-
should feel bad about having your patients wait for a long time, or at
Yeah.
least i-explain niya, right? Kung lumabas lang siya sa clinic, no, sa pintuan, i-explain lang niya, I'm sorry, malilate tayo, ganon, no?
Hindi niya ginawa.
Yeah.
Apparently, he has many patients talaga eh.
I
Yes,
don't
many
think,
patients.
there are a lot of doctors who make that excuses, no? I have a lot
Marami
of
siyang
patients
pasyente.
kaya makahintay. They should come out, that's why yung sinasabi ko lang, come out with a system, no? Quality management system. I'm not saying that they should not have a lot of patients, no? No. Even yung mga walang pasyente naman, yung mga hindi naman wala. Kung isa lang, wala nang masyadong waiting time yon. Pero yung mga konti lang, let's say 10, 20, no? Ganon, no? Kahit na konti lang, may mga waiting time pa rin, matagal. Paminsan, not arriving on time, di ba? Okay. Tama?
Okay, yes.
Yeah. Kasi
Okay.
nila, may emergency. They always use emergency, di ba? As an excuse. No? Nag-emergency, kung talaga may emergency, announce na niya kagad. Na?
Oh, yeah. I understand. Yes, Doc.
Okay. So,
Okay,
usually,
thank you.
pag the moment a doctor has a lot of emergencies on a particular day in regular clinic hours niya, he should rethink na kung paano niya i-adjust. No? So, it's either palitan niya yung clinic hours niya, di ba?
Yeah.
Kung hindi niya mapalit yung operating room, yung mga schedule niya. Na? Okay?
Okay, Doc. Thank you.
Sige. Anybody else has experience waiting for a long time? Who has experience waiting for a long time with me? Wala? Wala. Okay. So, yung monitoring, it's really hard. I know, ano mo kayo sa secretary ko, mahirap gawin yon, pero it has to be done. No? If you really want to have an honest to goodness system. Okay. Continuous monitoring of the time in, time out, di ba? Ganon. Waiting time of the patients. No? Okay. So, pag late, usually ang policy is to put it in the last, dapat, no? Pero kung minsan, dalawang late. Anong ginagawa mo, Abet, kung dalawang late? Sige nga. Unmute. Unmute. Yung secretary also play a major role in regulating yung waiting time, no?
Na dulo na siya. Now, pag merong hindi pa dumarating doon sa appointed time, then I can pag pwede ko siyang i-fit in ko siya. But otherwise, dulo siya. Panghuli siya.
Okay, so that's a general rule na dapat na
Yeah, kasi appointed time yan eh. So if you're given 8:20, 8:40, you did not arrive at that time or 30 minutes before and you arrive later than the given time, dulo ka na.
So that will be that's our general policy kasi ma-affect yung
Yes.
yung schedule, no?
Kaya. Pero kung wala pa yung iba na appointed, hindi naman namin pwede intayin yung wala pa. So, ilalagay ko siya doon. Pwede ko siyang isingit. Pero, lagi kong sinasabi, pag meron. Pero pag wala, normally, dulo na siya. Kasi late na siya eh.
Okay. So, as I said, importante rin coordination with your secretary, with the secretary, the doctor and the secretary. Okay.
It should have, kailangan kasi may open door policy ang doctor and secretary. Dapat, kung ang policy ng doctor ay ganito, dapat pinababayaan niya yung secretary ang mag-implement ng rule. Kasi merong ibang mga doctor na sabihin, singit natin to kasi ganito. That I do not approve. Kasi yun nga yun eh, kaya ka nga nagbigay ng appointed time eh. So, dapat sundin yon. Kung meron kang VIP, dapat ikaw din o yung doctor din ang magsasabi na punta na lang kayo after this kasi by appointed ako. But you cannot make singit kahit na relative yon. That's my ruling. Kahit na doon sa isang doctor ko, basta pag merong VIP, sinasabi niya sa akin, Beth, anong oras ko pwedeng papuntahin yung pasyente? I normally told him, after ganitong oras. Pero hindi pwedeng pumunta ng maaga kasi hindi ko sila pwedeng isingit. Yun. I value the patient's interest, lalo na yung mga paying patients, yung mga privileged patient, maghintay sila. Yun ang katulad ko. Kasi normally, yung mga privileged patient, kasi walang bayad yun eh. Tapos meron pang mangyayari, ay singit mo na Beth kasi ganito. So, hindi nga sila nagbabayad, maghintay sila. Diba? Kasi yun dapat ang maging ng secretary eh, maging firm.
Dapat walang ganon. Para dapat.
Wala naman ikaw, wala naman gano'n. Basta pag ano, di ba yung sinabi ko sa'yo last time, yung nagtanong yung patient na, Miss Beth, 9 o'clock na ako. Bakit hindi pa ako natitingnan? So, di ba sinabi ko sa'yo, sabi ko, sometimes, hindi natin alam yung kaso ng patient eh. So, if you are 9 o'clock, pumasok yung 8:40, hindi ka agad ko napasok, it's because maraming tanong o maraming nakita si Dr. Hosot na pwedeng ganito, etc., etc. Pero it doesn't necessarily mean na kaya hindi ka pa pinasok, may iba na nag-occupy ng time mo. It's just that medyo na-occupy nung 8:40 yung time mo at maraming tanong, etc., etc., etc. Sabi, ganun ba yun, Miss Beth? Sabi ko, we cannot avoid that eh. Kasi pag maraming problema yung patient, we cannot tell them, uy, 9 o'clock na, labas na, hindi na. So, you really have to explain to the patient kung ano yung nangyayaring scenario, bakit hindi pa sila nasiserve. Ganun.
Yeah, okay. Importante yung coordination between the doctor and the
Yeah,
secretary
it should
also.
always be
Constant.
an open door
Okay.
communication.
Okay.
May
So,
rapport
pag,
yung doctor and secretary.
to start with, dapat may sistema yung doktor, no? Then,
Yes.
yung quality management system ang tawag ko doon para
Pero di ba doktor, pag minsan nalilate ka, sinasabihan kita, late ka na. Di ba?
oh,
Several
oh,
times sinasabi ko sa'yo, late ka
yeah,
na.
yeah,
Dumating, may time tayong 8 o'clock, 8:20, di ba?
oh,
Ginaganon kita. Kasi we have to be open. Kasi, syempre, kung ang 8 o'clock natin, may naka-assign tayong 8 o'clock, so I also have to reprimand you na late ka nang dumating. Di ba? Ganun ako sa'yo.
tama yun. A reminder na
Oo,
constant
kasi
reminder. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
have to reprimand you na, may 8 o'clock tayo, dumating ka 8 eh. So I always say, late ko na, di ba?
Tama yun para ah,
Mm-mm.
basta may mga special reason bakit na late, di ba? Pero keep on
Yeah.
reminding until na hindi na maulit, no? Ganon.
Mm-mm.
But
Kailangan talaga,
overall, make sure na hindi lalampas yung long waiting time. Sa akin, 1 hour is good enough.
yeah.
Okay. So, coordinations, no? So,
Tsaka I
yung late,
just also want to know, to tell the patients na nandiyan ngayon sa harap natin, na hindi lang sila yung nire-reprimand ko na late. Nire-reprimand din kita na late ka. Para alam nila, di ba? Kasi yun yung dapat system sa clinic para maayos yung sistema na Kasi
yeah,
if you have an 8 o'clock and then you arrive at 8:10, of course, maaano na yung mga time. Kaya I also have to remind you na late ka na. Para alam din nila na nire-remind you na late ka na, doktor.
yeah.
Diba?
Basta may cooperation, collaboration between the secretary and the doctor. But to start
Yes.
with, there must be a system. Kung walang sistema in the first place, wala na. Di ba?
Yes.
Kahit anong gawin mo. No? Number 2, kasi pag nag-late yung isang doctor to start on time, chain reaction na yan eh. No? Kahit na may book,
That's correct.
no? Yeah, adjust na lang. So, yeah, every now and then, let's say pangatlo na, titingnan minsan, i-adjust yung doktor, dapat i-adjust yung doktor kung medyo late na, may malilate na, no? O, i-adjust niya para humabol ng oras naman, no? Para hindi mabawasan yung waiting time, no? Okay. Yung mga may procedure naman, kung minsan, hinihiwalay ko yung procedure, no? Consultation is consultation. Then if there's a procedure, as much as possible, we'll do it after the matapos yung last patient. So may procedure na. Okay. Okay. So any more questions? So I hope you can impart this to other doctors, yung mga doktor na kilala ninyo, no? And then you can also tell your other relatives kung wala kayong control sa waiting time ng mga ibang doktor ninyo, maghanap kayo ng ibang doktor na may na may quality management system, no? Okay. So marami mga doktor na magagaling naman na may quality management system, no? Okay. Okay.
One
Anybody
thing
else
more,
want?
Doctor.
Huh?
Do you remember before the COVID time, di ba first come, first serve tayo? Tapos naglalagay lang ako ng paper sa door kung sino yung unang darating, di ba? I think most Saturday siya, medyo nalilate ako ng dating. And there was one, siguro several patients, 3, sabi niya, nung nag-i-start na tayo, sabi niya, di ba, Beth, first come, first serve tayo. Bakit nauna pa sila sa akin? Sabi ko naman sa patient, sino bang nauna sa atin dalawa? Di ba nauna kayong dumating kesa sa akin? Kinuha ko lang po yung paper dito sa door. Sabi ko, anong number ho ba kayo? Tapos na sinabi niya, number 5. O, yung tinitingnan pa lang po, number 2 eh. So, paano niyo po nasabi na nauna pa sila na mas nauna kayo sa kanila? Sometimes, I'm very sarcastic in saying things. Kasi minsan, ang patient din kasi, they have this tendency na matapang, parang tatapangan ka, uunahan ka ng tapang. But I always tell patients na I'm very systematic secretary. Kung ano yung nandyan, hindi ako pwede magsingit ng patient kasi sila naman ang sumusulat sa door eh. So, yun lang. So, sabihin nila, ang suplada ng secretary. It has to be. I have to be that way. Kasi if not, yung mga patient din kasi matatapang. Sabihin nila, nauna sila, nagdito sila. The mere fact na noon may listahan ako, so I can say na paano niyo po nasabi na nauna kayo sa kanila, number 2 pa lang yung tinitingnan, number 5 po kayo. Yung mga ganang insidente din na
Kaya nga, okay. Oh, those things can
nangyari
happen.
several years.
Yeah. Those things can happen even up to now. Mga
Yes.
kasi yung mga pasyente ilag na sila sa mga long waiting time. Kaya kumisan,
Medyo demanding din. May mga demanding din ng mga patients.
yeah, may
na
demanding,
but
pero kumisan,
they have to be educated also.
nasanay na sila kasi takot na sila sa alam nila matagal ang waiting time. Kaya they want to make
Kaya.
sure na ma-fulfill yung gusto nila. So you just have, so that's why importante meron kang policies and procedures na written down na
Yeah, and you have to be strict with the policy.
na declared, no? Okay. Okay. So, any more comments? Dana? Rochelle, anything?
Wala naman po, Doc. Smooth naman po yung sa akin po.
Joel, si Michelle.
Opo. Okay naman po sa akin, Doc.
Ano?
Wala po akong Doc. Yung regarding po sa schedule ko po, smooth po yung sa akin po. Wala pong problema.
Wala kang problema
Akong
sa
long
akin.
waiting, wala pa akong na-experience.
Okay. Sige. So, okay lang sa inyo yung aking sistema? Okay lang sa inyo? Okay.
Yes po,
Mas
Doc.
okay po, Doc. Mas okay po.
Opo, Doc.
Okay. So if you have any comments, we can still try to improve on it, no? For the moment, yun na lang muna. Okay. So if there are no more questions, we'll call it a day. No? So we'll see each other next week again. No? Okay? Sige.
Thank you po, Doc.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Doc. Happy weekend.
Thank you po, Doc. Have a
Yeah.
nice weekend po.